going on, Jerome's? So, in a Super Bowl where there's no good outcome, right? Either the Chiefs would win and it'd be the dynasty and a three-peat, and everyone and their mom talking about, oh, the Chiefs and the refs, oh, blah, blah, blah. And also, after that fourth down conversion to start the game with A.J. Brown, OPI, which never gets called, you're just like, oh, here we go. But yeah, the Eagles put the bang thing on the Chiefs. The final score was not as close as this game actually, or belies the fact that the Eagles destroyed the Chiefs from soup to nuts. And it really was not a contest. The Eagles' pass rush was prodigious. And, Jalen Hurts did the damn thing. Saquon got himself a ring. It's kind of awesome. Except, well, it's kind of awesome. And we explained this yesterday. We like the Eagles as a team, and we hate Sirianni, and we hate the fans. Other than that, but the Eagles win a Super Bowl here. Saquon. If you're the Giants, you're just like, all right, so we paid Daniel Jones. We did not pay Saquon. Then we got rid of Daniel Jones. And now Saquon literally won a Super Bowl for one of our biggest division rivals. And they're still trying to just rationalize it. Well, oh, you don't pay running. So dumb. It's dumb, man. Also, dumb is the Packers. So the Packers drafted, I forget his name. He's like the backup guard from Arizona now. But they could have had Cooper DeJean. And Coop had himself a pick six in the Super Bowl as a rookie, the pride of Iowa. Also, I love how white people call Cooper DeJean their Jackie Robinson. He's like Jason Sehorn walked so Cooper DeJean could run. Or as I like to call him in the French style, Cooper DeJean. And it was important because he didn't have to signal an illegal fair catch. It was good. But on his birthday, frankly, he could have had a case to be Super Bowl MVP. But yeah. Oh, with the Packers. So the Packers took a backup offensive lineman who's always hurt. They were the team that's tailor-made for the white cornerback. I still don't know how they passed him up. Plus, I railed about this all draft season where you could just hear Lambeau Field saying, Coop. They had it. They let him off the hook. Is what it is. But yeah, props for also, Cooper DeJean is from like a small town in Iowa, like 1,200 people. And became a stupid Hawkeye, and now he's a stupid Eagle. Well, that's kind of awesome, isn't it? Local boy done good. But Jalen Hurts won MVP. Did a little bit of everything. 2 deep bombs, touchdowns to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith was the true backbreaker. Also, of course, had the tush-push touchdown early on. Now, I'm not going to lie. At the Super Bowl gathering, we had so what we usually do is we take a suite of anytime touchdown scores. We hit on Hurts, we hit on Worthy, but we had plus 8,500 on. We have plus 8,500 on Jahan Dodson. So when it looked like he got in to start things off, we're like, yes, and then of course he was down short. What a world, man. Yeah. Also, we put. Anytime touchdown score on 2 defensive players, one for each team. Chris Jones, we thought, I don't know, maybe he'll recover a fumble in the end zone. And then it came down between Cooper DeJean and Zach Bond. Never bet on a stupid Badger. That's it. Bond had an interception in his own right, and if he would stayed on his feet, he would have walked in. But I digress. Jalen Hurts, this is awesome. So our guy Mosh got the design, the Super Bowl MVP's cleats. I had the awesome opportunity to work with Jumpman23 to create a custom unbanned cleat for Jalen Hurts tonight, with 2025 being the 40th anniversary of the red-black Jordan 1s and legendary story behind it. JB came to me to continue the unbanned story. So back in the day, when Jordan came out, Nike put all their money behind him, and they had these black and red sneakers. Now, shoes back in the day had to be white. I think it was white, black, or like team color. Or it might have been just white and black. But basically, Jordan decided to wear these banned sneakers, and Nike just paid the fines. It was like $5,000 a night back in the day. And that's marketing you can't buy. People, something gets banned, I want it. Something says that you can't have it, you want it. And that's exactly how things go. So Jalen Hurts, I know that Jalen Hurts is pretty polarizing. I feel like sometimes he's limited as a passer, but the kid's a winner, right? And what always stands out to me about Jalen Hurts is when Tua took her gerb back at Alabama. Sat down in the national title game. Tua throws game-winning touchdown, I think, to Devontae Smith. And Jalen Hurts could have been the bad teammate, bitching and moaning, or took my gerb, transferred, NIL, before NIL. But he stayed on Alabama for another season. They actually had to go back to him when Tua got hurt the subsequent year and was just a good teammate. And then he went to Oklahoma, did the damn thing, became a second-round pick, and now he's Super Bowl MVP. That's pretty awesome. Like, Jalen Hurts, whatever you think of him as a passer, I think that he's a high character, good dude, and obviously he's one of the best power running quarterbacks in the game right now. He's what Tim Tebow should have been, or something like that. Also, since the Eagles won, 2 former Vikings legends are now Super Bowl champions. Cine, as well as Nick Muse, your company's computer guy. Now, Nick Muse, instead of signing a futures deal with the Vikings at the end of the Viking season, he signed onto the Eagles practice squad. I don't know. I guess it's a good choice. So there you go. And Cine, who the Vikings waived in training camp, he spent most of his time on the Bills practice squad, was picked up by the Eagles, and yes, both of them get rings. Practice squad players get rings. Cine is actually on the Eagles 53, so yes, he absolutely gets a ring. And now it's just like Kwesi. This is Kwesi looking out of the haze and the losers. Oh, look at me in 2022, my first draft pick. I traded down, and I still drafted a Super Bowl champion. That's what it is. What it is, man. But of course, this game is less about the Eagles and more about the Chiefs, and namely Mahomes. Not gonna lie. So it sucks that it's the Eagles, but I kind of like that the Chiefs got humbled. You know what I mean? And did they only show Taylor Swift in the crowd once? I don't know. I was like half paying attention to the game, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Kelsey's over with, and now with Mahomes, Mahomes, he didn't have any time. And he made bad decisions, and everything was just bad all the way around. And also, hey, when the Chiefs were down by a huge number, historic comebacks aren't for everyone. We're just built different. That's right. But Mahomes, the stat panning, 2 touchdowns at the end really belie how one-sided this thing was. But 6 sacks. He's pressured on 60% of his dropbacks. Threw 2 picks, and it was just all over the place. Also, Mahomes was the Chiefs' leading rusher, and also the only Chiefs player in double digits for rushing yards. It's kind of rough, man. And also, this will blow your mind. Seth Walder, ESPN Research. The Eagles blitz Patrick Mahomes on 0, goose egg, D'Angelo Russell, of his 42 dropbacks. Mahomes is the 6th quarterback in Super Bowl history to not be blitzed a single time. All 6 quarterbacks lost. Mainly because, hey, guess what? If you have such a ferocious defensive line, which the Eagles do, with Sweat, with Milton Williams, who's going to be a Viking, by the way, with Carter, with Davis. It's just dudes upon dudes up front that can get their own rush. And as much as I love Flores' pressure scheme, it is such a freaking luxury if you can get home with 4, because you saw Mahomes all day, where even if he had a clean pocket for a second, he was stepping up. Nothing was open because he got 7 in coverage, right? And Mahomes is going to be regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He will be, right? If he retired today, he would be a Hall of Famer, right? But he was just seeing ghosts out there, and he was not seeing things clearly. I'm sure at times it looked like the Eagles had 72 guys in defense in coverage, but I don't know, just like we've learned this lesson before. Look at the Williams wall with Jared Allen. Look at the Purple People Eaters. Like, I love the Flores defense, but we got to get to the point where the guys up front can get their own pass rush, and it's something that we've repeated over and over and over and over again. Got to get MFers up front. Starting with Milton Williams, by the way. Also, Mahomes in a big game. He's Sam Darnold'd. Stuff. Where, I don't know. Was he bad? Sure. Did he not have any help around him? Sure. But, yeah, it's kind of tough. Also, this reopens the conversation of who is the GOAT quarterback. So, Mahomes, respect. Been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3. Brady, went to 10 Super Bowls, won 7. including his 7th with a team other than the Patriots and with Belichick, right? So I think that safely Brady is still the greatest of all time, mainly because Brady's 2-0 against Mahomes in the playoffs, including a 31-9 ass whooping in the 2020 Super Bowl. So I feel like that's always going to be the trump card that Brady has over Mahomes. And can you say right now that Mahomes is going to win 4 more Super Bowls at least? No, probably not. But this game definitely puts a dent in his legacy because the 2 Super Bowls that Mahomes has lost have been ass whoopings. This Eagles game, that Buccaneers game in 2020. So that has to be impactful, right? So who knows? But some I do know. Yeah, Milton Williams, you are going to be a Minnesota Viking. Trey Smith was terrible tonight. I don't know. Like, maybe we're cooling things off. Mekhi Becton got dinged up, but he got back in there, did all right. But Milton Williams, 2 sacks, a fistful of quarterback pressures and quarterback hits. Like, Milton Williams is that dude where he could play 3-tech, he could play 5-tech. I think in the Vikings base 3-4, he would be that 5-tech just on the tackle shoulder. He's good against the run. He can get his own pass rush, obviously, and I think that he's a dude that the Vikings need to spend the cash on. Absolutely. And also, they released the Super Bowl 60 logo, which is going to be in Santa Clara, which, I don't know, man. I see a lot of purple and yellow in there. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Also, you'll see a little bit of blue, white, and yellow. Is this Vikings Chargers Super Bowl? Could be. Ooh, the Harbaugh versus J.J. McCarthy Bowl. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. That's it, man. But anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Cine, Super Bowl champion. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.